Hello and welcome to Bethan's Kitchen and Garden. Happy New Year everybody, and let's hope this year is going to be a good growing year and a good year in general for all of us. I've got loads of things to sort out in the garden. The weather has not been kind to my vegetables, so let's go and see what I've got left after the cold and the winds we've had. My brassica bed is not looking too good. You can see there my cauliflowers have all flopped over, and I don't think they're going to come back. I've got my two purple sprouting broccoli plants there and this one here. They're not looking too bad. They're a bit windswept. There's quite a few dead leaves that have been blown off. They need picking up. This sprout plant here, that's just fallen over, and I need to harvest the sprouts off that, and then I'll probably take them out. Similar story to the ones over there. I'll probably harvest those sprouts and then take that plant out as well. I think actually all the sprouts are going to come out. I don't think there's any saving them. And my kale has had a bit of a battering too. This one is looking reasonably good, or there's a few of them, but some of them are looking really sorry for themselves. I've got one on the floor over there. So that's not too great. If we come to this next cabbage bed, this cabbage, I don't think I'll get much from that. I reckon by the time I take off all the outer leaves, there'll be hardly any heart left. Then this cabbage and that cabbage, they're not even forming a heart anyway, so I could in theory just take the leaves, because the leaves are looking quite good actually. And similarly with this one, that's not really hearted up either, and maybe I'll just take that for the leaves as well. And then the broccoli that was here, well, as you can see, that's looking dire, and that one over there has snapped, but this one is going strong. I'm pretty sure that's purple sprouting broccoli, not broccoli. I was given this plant, so yeah, so there we are. Don't accept any plants from anyone, because whatever they tell you is never true. All these cabbages here are looking okay, and the Swedes at the end, well, they're not really growing very well, but they're still looking good, so we'll leave them in for the time being. The carrots and leeks, the leeks are not very good at all, but the carrots are not too bad. And then just up a bit, I've got beetroot that needs to come out there, because it's not going to grow much more. And then down here I've got my parsnips, and all of these need to come out because the foliage is dying off, and I won't be able to find where they are if I don't take them out soon. Similarly, the kohlrabi that's in this bed, I've only really got three, those three there that are looking good. The other two, they'll probably go in my compost heap. And similarly for the what was that? There was Chinese kale, that was, and that's not looking great either. So I shall get on and remove everything and harvest what I want to, and I'll show you what I've got when I'm done. So I've switched to a voiceover because the wind was really bad on the footage. So anyway, having completed my work, I've now left in the kale. I took out the bad bits of kale along with stripping the leaves from the lower parts of the kale, and I left in what looks like a good harvest in the next couple of weeks, and I've taken out the sprouts that were here too, but I have left the purple sprouting broccoli in the hopes that we will get some broccoli, although I have a feeling I might have just grown these plants for nothing, as this one on the left looks really poor, so I don't know if we'll get anything from that. And if I spin you around very slowly, you can see that I've cleared away the kohlrabi and the Chinese kale that was there. The Chinese kale was nice. It's a shame it didn't last a bit longer. And coming to this cabbage bed, I've taken out the bald cabbage, as it were, and left just the leaves in. So I'll harvest those leaves a different day. I've cleared away the two bad broccoli bits that were left, and I've just left that one broccoli head in that you can see there. The beetroot has been harvested from here, which is great, and it's in the basket that is here. So in this basket I've got some beetroot, and then there's the kohlrabi that I just harvested. There's some sprout leaves that are blown away, and there's the sprouts in the tub. So that's all that I got from that harvest there. So whether I'll grow sprouts and purple sprouting broccoli next year, I'm not sure. I did, however, have a great harvest of parsnips. So I was very pleased with what I got from there. Got some medium-sized parsnips, and then some little tiddlers, but they'll be good. I don't mind smaller parsnips. And then we got mahoosive ones, which unfortunately I did have to use the trowel to get them out, and I did pierce that one when I was getting it out, but I can cook that up tonight and it'll be fine. It's a bit of a monster. And this one is very misshapen. It's very strange. So how much I'll get off that, I don't know. But I'm sure I'll get as much as I possibly can. And I'm really pleased with them, because anything is better than nothing, isn't it? And then over here is my spoils bucket. And I'll add it to my compost heap. I'm going to turn my attention to my greenhouse now, because it's too cold out to do anything else. After harvesting those parsnips, it's been about a week, and the ground is really frozen today. So what I'm going to do is take out the potatoes that are in these pots and bag up that compost ready for reuse this year. I've got 2 trays of compost here. One of these are the Charles Dowden 60 module tray. So I want to sow some peppers and cauliflower and various bits and bobs in here, but I'll do that inside. And in this tray I want to plant some microgreens. But I need to take this compost in the house and put it on my windowsill so the compost warms up, and I will grow them on. This one I'll grow on on the windowsill, and this one I'll put in my grown unit, but I'll show you that later. I've also got some spinach and lettuce over here, which I want to put in the bed over here. So that's why I need to move those potato pots. And then I also have some corn salad here that can go in the bed. And then my pak choi, which I was going to put in the bed, is all bolted. Excuse me. So I'm going to get rid of all of that, and I'll make some nice compost. And similarly, I'll get rid of this lettuce, this cut and come again lettuce. And then the broad beans are going quite strong in here. And I could take away the dead leaves off of the pelargoniums there. And then my 2 pots of spinach there, they're doing all right. And my blueberries seem to be fine as well. So I better get on and make a start. Well, I've just abandoned being outside after unearthing those 2 potatoes because it's just too cold. So it's the next day now, and I'm going to sow the seeds in those trays that I showed you earlier that I put on my windowsill to heat up overnight. So here are the trays. This first tray is going to be microgreens, and the second tray is going to be red peppers and lettuce and cauliflowers and things I want to start off early that are going to grow on my windowsill until they can go outside. These are the seeds I've got for my microgreens. So I've got a selection of radish seeds here, which are quite old. All these seeds are old, so that's why I'm using them really, to get them used up. I've got mustard seeds there, and then I've got a collection of brassica seeds, which I'm hoping will all just germinate around about the same time. But basically I just want to use them up because they're either on the cusp of being out of date, or I've got ones that are fresher and newer for this year, so I don't need them anymore. And then over here I've got the chilies and the peppers and the cauliflowers and things that I want to start off in my modular tray. So I will sow 1 seed per module, and hopefully I can find a top to go over this, and they'll germinate on my windowsill. So I'll get on and plant them up, or rather sow them now, and I'll show you what I've got when I'm done. I'm back again and my work has been done. You can't see anything, but there are a load of seeds planted in there. I have a few left over, which I'll probably use next year now, unless the peppers don't grow very well and I have to replant them, or resow them rather. And then I have leftover brassica seedlings because I used about half the pile, and as you can see from the soil, it's got a good covering on there already, so I didn't think I needed to use any more of the brassica seedlings. And there's the radish ones and the mizuna ones, or the mustard ones rather. So that's them planted now. I'm going to put the tray that's underneath on top and put them in my grow unit, which doesn't have the light on at the moment due to electricity costs, and they can sit in the dark, and that will help them germinate, apparently. Well, I think it's going to be cold for the next few days, so I don't think I'm going to be doing much outside as the ground is frozen at the moment, which means that any of the jobs I really wanted to do, I might as well stay off the frozen floor. So I think that's it from me for today. Hopefully I'll catch up with you on the next one, where I should be checking in on those seedlings and seeing if there's anything to report. Probably the microgreens that might show some sign of growing. I don't expect the peppers to germinate soon. So yeah, that's it for me for today. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing and commenting if you've done so. I really do appreciate it. And all I can say about my work today is lovely job, and take care everybody.